Jackson caused my family to go bankrupt. I was also sent to a mental hospital. It was my childhood sweetheart Lucas who saved me while I was abroad, gave me a warm home. I broke off my engagement and married him, thought they had found true love, until I received that voice recorder. Only then did I realize how naive I was. I still can't figure it out. Marrying Emily was out of guilt. I still think she is easy to control. She sees me as her savior. Always listen to what I say. But their family's bankruptcy was caused by me. I am truly sorry for her. However, I have never regretted this matter. The sound of Jackson's voice came through the recording. I listened, feeling very heavy in my heart. The body is also swaying a bit. The family went bankrupt. The parents chose an extreme way. I was taken to a mental hospital. There, I endured unbearable torment. Those patients attacked me with various tools, let me bark like a dog, forcing me to crawl on the ground, completely lost dignity. Every day I can only eat leftovers. They also broke my leg, although it was later cured, but there are still some aftereffects. It can hurt occasionally. I always thought it was Lucas who did it. I didn't expect it to actually be someone close to me. I tightly covered my mouth, could not help but cry out. My beloved husband. It turns out to be the murderer who killed my entire family. Thinking of this, the resentment in my heart suddenly erupted. Emily, why are you crying? Jackson suddenly returned. He put down his briefcase, walked over quickly, frowning. He asked, "What happened?" I used to see such a gentle look in his eyes. It will be very moving, but now it feels like it was just pretending. He married me just to make up for something. It really feels ridiculous, I said lightly. It's okay. I just watched a movie, very touching. Jackson looked at me indulgently, hold my hand and say it. Don't cry. I would feel uncomfortable. Evening. He works in the study. I walked to the room at the end of the hallway. Jackson has never allowed anyone inside. I have never been in before. The door to this room requires a password to open. I tried our birthdays, but none of them are correct. Finally, I entered Sophia's birthday. The door just opened. As soon as I entered, I was stunned. The whole room is filled with photos of Sophia, since she started middle school until now. No wonder he always came to my house after school back then. It turns out it was to see Sophia, even if she was just drinking water. He will also capture that moment, among tens of thousands of photos. None of the photos are mine. It's all his secret crush on Sophia. It felt like a heavy blow to me. Jackson has loved taking photos since he was little, still have to receive an award. Every time she comes to my house, she brings a camera. I asked him to take a photo of me. He said that his photography wasn't good enough. I need to hire a professional photographer to take photos for me. He can actually take pictures, only cares about Sophia in his eyes. There is also a beautifully covered notebook on the table. I opened it to take a look. It contains Sophia's dietary preferences and lifestyle habits. There was even her menstrual period. She remembers the clothing brand she likes very well. I felt a wave of discomfort in my heart. Tears streamed down uncontrollably. I was really too stupid. I thought he cared about me. Returned to the bedroom. Jackson is taking a shower. His phone lit up on the table. There is a new message. It was sent by Sophia. Brother Jackson, thank you for helping me get the NASCAR race prize last night. I opened Sophia's moments. I saw that she posted a video of a car race. The caption says, "Someone who truly likes you. I am willing to do anything for you." Last night when Jackson came back, there is an injury on the arm. I thought he fell because he was too exhausted from work. I am very worried. Later I found out. He was injured while trying to win the NASCAR race prize for Sophia. From the video, the track is very risky. He almost had an accident several times. For Sophia's words, he is truly giving it his all. I forced a smile. Sophia is the most special person in his heart. After a while, the phone received a new message. It was sent by his secretary, Alex. Jackson, according to your previous instructions, all your private property has been transferred to Miss Sophia, including all assets left by the Thompson family. Saw this message. I trembled uncontrollably all over. After my family went bankrupt, the villa was auctioned. I originally planned to buy it after marrying Jackson. There are many of my parents' belongings inside, but he said that the villa had already been bought by someone else. It can't be retrieved anymore. Now he is willing to give it to Sophia. It is truly disappointing. Midnight, I was awakened by Jackson's sleep talking. Sophia, I really miss you. I love you. I closed my eyes. Tears streamed down. His heart never belonged to me, but it was given to Sophia. I suddenly remembered the day he came to the psychiatric hospital to pick me up. I saw myself covered in blood. He felt great pain in his heart. Crying, they said they would take care of me for a lifetime. I won't let myself be wronged even a little. It turns out that all of this was his lie. Afternoon. Jackson asked me to accompany him to the gala in the evening. I put on my formal dress. There are scars of various sizes on the back. Jackson gently stroked. The tone is filled with pity, Emily. Every time I see the scars on you, I feel very sad. I really wish I could bear this suffering for you. I laughed coldly to myself. Is that so? But these scars were all because of you. In the end, I found a shawl, covered my wounds. Upon arriving at the venue, I saw Sophia wearing a high-end dress. I have seen the pink diamond necklace around her neck in Jackson's study, valued at $800 million. It was a special gift he gave to her. The necklace I am wearing around my neck was bought by him online, less than 200 yuan. Jackson was staring at Sophia. I released my hold on his arm. He then realized that something was off with me, busy explaining, Emily, don't misunderstand. I didn't know Sophia would come. He has just finished speaking. Sophia walked over holding a glass of red wine. Sister, brother-in-law, I glanced at her, ignored in the restroom. I washed my face with cold water. Returned to the venue. I saw Jackson take the red wine from Sophia's hand. He said with a serious expression, you are allergic to alcohol, cannot drink alcohol. Sophia smiled faintly. I forgot for a moment. She saw me standing not far away, deliberately called out, then fell into Jackson's arms. I feel a bit dizzy. Can you help me go to the room upstairs to rest? Jackson supported Sophia as she walked upstairs. I followed them. Together we saw them enter a room. Sophia wrapped her arms around Jackson's neck, said in a coy manner, Brother Jackson, thank you for everything you've done for me. Jackson looked at her affectionately and said, it's okay, as long as you are happy. Sophia glanced over in my direction, smiled proudly. Then she kissed Jackson with her red lips. They both immediately fell onto the bed. The bodies were tightly entangled together. I have never seen such a crazy Jackson. Seeing this scene, I feel very nauseous. Hurry downstairs, standing in the backyard. I drank the wine in the cup in one gulp. The strong taste almost made me feel a burning sensation in my stomach. Moments later, I am just about to go in. I saw Sophia standing in front of me. She said with a provocative smile, Emily, seeing how much Jackson likes me, are you feeling very uncomfortable? Blame yourself for your lack of ability, just like your parents. I clenched my fist tightly, responded, Sophia, you will eventually receive the consequences you deserve. Sophia's smile became even more smug. The one who faces retribution is you. Emily, what does it feel like to be tortured in a mental hospital? Do you really think Jackson married you because he loves you? He is just feeling sorry for you. That's it. She snatched the wine glass from my hand, fell to the ground. Then she cut her arm with a shard of glass. Crying in frustration, she said, Sister, I know that your parents' passing has made you very sad, but you can't treat me this way. I haven't had the chance to speak yet. I felt a force hit my shoulder. I almost fell. Jackson hurried over, supporting Sophia's arm, asked with concern, Does it still hurt? Sophia responded softly. I'm fine. Just suffered a minor injury. Sister didn't mean to, at this moment. Some people at the gala came over, start pointing fingers and commenting. I heard that she is young but not studying well. Personality is bold. Often uses their identity to bully Sophia. How can she be so malicious? Seeing that Sophia is an orphan, they want to bully her. She deserves her family's bankruptcy. What goes around comes around. Saying this, they threw the fruits and small cakes in their hands at me. Jackson looked at me angrily. Emily, how could you hurt Sophia? I am really disappointed. We have known each other for so many years. He looked at me for the first time with such a hostile gaze. I sneered. 3 years ago, what happened in my family? Aren't you going to give me an explanation? A hint of panic appeared in Jackson's eyes. This is all about Lucas. You know it again. Moreover, your parents are no longer around. There's no need to bring this up again. Sophia is innocent, Sophia said while crying. I'm sorry, sister, it's all my fault. I don't want to keep watching her performance, turn around and walk away, but Jackson stopped me. Wait a moment. Apologized to Sophia, seeing him angry. I couldn't help but laugh. I took off my high heels, walking barefoot on broken glass. Fragments pierced my skin. It feels very painful. It is still bleeding. However, for me, this pain is nothing compared to the suffering endured in a psychiatric hospital. It's nothing at all. Is this okay? Can I leave now? Jackson was taken aback. Before he could answer, I dragged my injured foot. He walked with a limp. My feet are covered in blood. Every step taken, leave a blood mark on the ground. It looks very frightening. Jackson felt a surge of panic, just about to catch up. Sophia suddenly collapsed in his arms. "Brother Jackson, my hand hurts so much." Jackson hesitated for a moment, still decided to pick her up. "I will take you to the hospital." After I arrived at the hospital, Sophia sent a video over. In the video, Jackson is saying angrily, "I don't care what methods you use. Make sure that Sophia's arm is left without scars. Not even a little bit will do. If there is, I won't be polite anymore." Sophia replied, "I just bled a little." Jackson was extremely nervous. "Emily, you are not even worthy of comparing yourself to me. Saw my feet covered in bruises. I feel particularly uncomfortable. The doctor said my injury is very serious. Requires hospitalization for observation. No need." I walked out of the hospital despite the pain, soaked in sweat, arrived at the delivery station, took a divorce agreement out of the bag. "Please help me send it to the Jacksons' villa." Sent the package. I called a taxi, just settled down when I received an apology message from Jackson. "Emily, is the injury on your foot getting better? I didn't mean to treat you that way tonight. Everyone already thinks you are bullying Sophia. I am doing this to protect your reputation. Don't be angry. Tomorrow is your Thanksgiving. I'll celebrate with you properly when I get back, okay?" Then he sent a photo of a mango cake. I was laughing, crying. Mango cake is Sophia's favorite, but I am allergic to mangoes. I didn't react. Jackson called again. I didn't answer. Then I took the SIM card out, roll down the window and throw it out. Tell the driver, go to the airport. While still at the hospital taking care of Sophia, Jackson received a call from the family's housekeeper. "Mister, the lady is missing." Upon hearing this, Jackson's heart was pounding. It seems very tense. The action of feeding Sophia water came to a halt. Not seen means what? A divorce agreement has just been delivered. It was said to be the lady's intention. Jackson relaxed his grip. The cup fell on the ground. He asked in shock, "Divorce agreement?" Sophia was right next to him. Hearing what the servant said, "Brother Jackson, I think my sister might not want you to stay in the hospital to take care of me. So I threaten you with divorce. She often did this to me when she was a child, threatening me at the slightest provocation. If I don't listen to her, she will hit me," saying. Tears streamed down Sophia's face. Appears very pitiful. These years, Jackson often hears Sophia talk about her experiences at my house when she was a child. I have never doubted whether it is true or false, but now, he started to have some doubts. He has been married to me for 3 years. Understanding my personality is that I am kind and gentle. It's nothing like what Sophia said. Seeing Jackson not speaking, Sophia thought he understood. Continue speaking. And she had stayed in the psychiatric hospital for so long before. The situation is not very good. It is truly her luck to marry you. How dare they still give you a cold shoulder? Simply self-righteous. Jackson's expression changed to one of displeasure upon hearing this. Many people often mention my experiences in the psychiatric hospital. He had gotten used to it a long time ago. However, he still felt very uncomfortable hearing it from Sophia's mouth. "Do you not know why she is in a mental hospital?" Sophia looked at him with a hint of disbelief. Jackson was about to leave. Sophia quickly grabbed him. "Brother Jackson, my arm hurts a lot. Can you stay with me? Emily's foot injury was more severe. I need to go find her." Jackson shook her hand off. Walk quickly outside. Although Sophia was not very satisfied, but also did not dare to say much. The villa is very quiet. Jackson was sitting on the sofa. Her face was filled with disappointment. "He is looking for me everywhere. But no matter what, I couldn't find my reflection. It was as if I had suddenly disappeared." He frowned, thinking back to what happened last night. "I stepped on the glass shards. The ground was covered in blood, but he didn't help me. They didn't take me to the hospital either." I recall the way I looked into his eyes at that time. He felt anxious and uncomfortable. Assistant David rushed over. "Hand a document to Jackson." Jackson total. "We found some information about Miss Sophia. You'll know when you take a look." Jackson took it and flipped through. Her complexion began to turn pale. "It turns out that Sophia has been lying all along. My family has never abused her. I have never bullied her either. Everything is made up by her. My family loves her like our own daughter." But she was still not satisfied, deliberately tarnishing our reputation. Sophia happened to come to his house to look for him. "Brother Jackson." Her voice stopped under Jackson's stern gaze. She tried to remain calm, asked with a smile, "What's wrong? Have you found your sister?" "Don't worry. My parents are no longer here. She only has the 2 of us left as her family. It will definitely come back." Jackson was filled with anger. "Do you truly wish for her to come back?" He threw the documents in his hand over. Sophia picked up the document and took a glance at it. The expression was somewhat uneasy. This information is false. Jackson became popular, gave her a hard slap. Sophia, you dare to lie to me. The truth was revealed. Sophia shouted, so what? Emily won't be coming back. She has chosen to divorce you. It is because she knows everything. It was you who made her lose her home. Do you think she will forgive you? Shall we continue being together? Sophia's words were like knives. It pierced deeply into Jackson's heart. It caused him immense suffering. He suddenly pushed Sophia down to the ground. The gaze was filled with anger. I will make sure you're fine. He grabbed Sophia by the neck, said with a face full of anger, it's all you. As long as you're dead, Emily will forgive me. If it weren't for the timely intervention of Assistant David, Jackson may really hurt Sophia. He let go of his hand. Standing at a high place looks like a ghostly figure. Send her to the mental hospital. You have to feel all the pain that Emily has experienced. At this moment, I have arrived in Springfield. After resting for a period of time, I used all my savings to open a restaurant after getting married. I transformed from a naive young lady into a cook to make him happy. I learned to cook the dishes he likes. If he truly loves me, how could I be busy cooking all day? I feel like I have become another person. My cooking skills are pretty good now. The restaurant is doing well. Everyone says my dishes are different from those in other places. Seeing customers smile with satisfaction after enjoying their favorite dishes, I feel very happy. This makes me feel that my work is meaningful. I started a new life. I also made new friends. Sometimes I have meals and chat with them. Life has become very fulfilling. It seems capable of soothing some of my past wounds. However, sometimes I still have nightmares. This small town, though not prosperous, but very quiet, I think it would be nice to spend my retirement here in the future. You can stay away from the noise. I heard it from a friend, Jackson, after I left. All the things that were previously given to Sophia have been taken back. The previous property transfers have also been revoked. She was also sent to a mental hospital. This matter has become a trending topic. Even my name was mentioned. Jackson issued a statement. The content generally states that Sophia has been lying all along. Use her difficult experiences to frame our family. In fact, we have never treated her poorly. Instead, they treated her like a treasure. The incident where she said I scratched her arm at the gala was also revealed. Some netizens discovered through this clue that Jackson had actually been secretly in love with her for many years. To solve this matter, he actually put our family in trouble, forced my parents to a dead end. They also sent me to a psychiatric hospital. These years, he often finds various reasons to give gifts to Sophia. Moreover, the value of those gifts is much higher than what he gave me. At one point, I even went out of my way to help her win a prize, participated in a dangerous NASCAR race. The difference between love and indifference, it can be seen at a glance. Netizens are engaged in discussions. How could Sophia's conscience be like this? Her family treats her so well. Her actions are disappointing. The Thompson family is really unfortunate, provoked the wrong person. However, when it comes down to it, the one who suffers the most is still Sophia. She thought Jackson could save her. Little did he know that he was only leading her into a deeper predicament. Jackson is truly an untrustworthy person. He and Sophia make a perfect pair. They are all not good people. I saw comments from other users online. It seems that Jackson is aware of what Sophia has done. That is why she is being punished like this. But what does it matter? I no longer want him. Now I just want to live a stable life. But 4 months later, my peaceful life was still disrupted. Jackson walked in. Out of breath, he asked the store clerk, Mike, where is your boss? Mike said, our boss is not here. When will she come back? The boss went on a trip. Not quite sure how long it will take to come back. I am standing on the second floor, quietly watching downstairs. A friend told me that Jackson has been looking for me everywhere, so I informed Mike in advance. No matter who comes to find me, let them say that I'm not here. Jackson looked very dejected, looking down, walked out in silence. Outside, he sat down. Take out a small photo of me. We have been married for 3 years, but there isn't a single good group photo. Sometimes I want to pull him in for a photo, but he always refused. It's said that I'm not used to taking photos. In fact, he doesn't dislike taking photos. Instead, they are particularly unwilling to take photos with me. This small photo was also found by him in the drawer. He pressed my photo tightly against his chest. The eyes are reddened, whispering to oneself, Emily, where are you exactly without you? I can't go on living. Jackson originally thought he loved Sophia, so he is very concerned about her, everywhere accommodating her. But after I left, he became very distressed. Every day feels like enduring hellish torment. He finally understood. In fact, the person he loves is me. The feelings towards Sophia are merely a result of rivalry. It is not love at all. He regretted not seeing Sophia's true nature earlier, played with her in circles. I know Jackson won't give up easily. It hasn't appeared for a whole week. Sure enough, he waits every day at the entrance of the restaurant on the 8th day. He is here again. Tell Mike I'll leave you a phone number. Call me when your boss returns. Mike took his business card. After that man left, I walked out from the back. Mike handed me his business card. Say, boss, he left this. I didn't even look. It was directly thrown into the garbage bin. Just turned around and saw Jackson returning. I understood all at once. He deliberately wanted me to come out. Jackson was looking at me. Her eyes were full of emotion. The voice was somewhat choked. Emily, I've finally met you. I have known Jackson for many years. This is the first time I have seen him cry. However, I was not touched. I feel that this is just a false emotion. I looked at him coldly. Jackson, you still have the face to come find me. Emily, let me explain. I interrupted him. Explain what? It explains that you caused my parents' accident that year for Sophia. Just send me to a mental hospital. Let someone break my legs. Jackson's face turned very pale. He appeared very helpless. I am not asking someone to break your legs. Those people have gone mad. I sent you to a psychiatric hospital. I just want you to calm down. It's not what you think. I'm sorry. Emily, I don't expect you to forgive me. I just wanted to let you know. I love you. I said with a cold smile. Jackson, you say you love me. Don't you think that's ridiculous? You have caused me so much suffering. Now you want to deceive me again. Do you think I would still believe what you say? The person you love in your heart is not me. It is Sophia. I have been to that room. Inside are all her pictures. Stop hiding it. Jackson shook his head, hastily said, It's not like that. In the past, I was just momentarily confused. I'm really sorry. I understand that I was wrong. You shouldn't believe what she says, harmed your parents. It also makes you suffer in the mental hospital. But Sophia and I have already ended things. The person I love now is you. I shouted loudly. I really can't let it go. Jackson, you are really unreasonable. Completely lacking in human warmth. Can a casual I'm sorry really solve all the problems? Can my parents come back? Can the pain I have experienced be erased? You said you love me. What is the use of this? Your love only makes me feel disgusted. Jackson was stunned. He and I grew up together since childhood. I have always been very kind to him, never treated him this way before, but he doesn't know. Even if I were to kill him now, the anger in my heart will not fade away. And he is dead. My parents will not come back either. Jackson was in tears. The voice trembled as it spoke. Emily, I know that no matter how much I say, it won't make a difference. I just want to make it right. I want to make it up to you. Please give me this opportunity. Jackson, I will never forgive you. Even if you are right in front of me now, I won't have any feelings either. Jackson's eyes were wide open. Took a few steps back. Emily, do you really hate me this much? I clenched my fists and replied, Of course I hate you. If it weren't for you, my parents will never pass away. I wouldn't have to go through so much pain either. You destroyed my home, my life. Emily, I am your home. I will listen to you from now on. As long as you come back with me, I am willing to do anything. I'm too lazy to say anything more to him. Go away. Jackson suddenly knelt down. Emily, I will always be here kneeling until you are willing to come back with me. I turned around and entered the store. Not long later, it started pouring rain. Jackson remained kneeling there, motionless, even if they are already soaked by the rain. It looks very messy. Soon after, he fainted. I saw him lying in front of the store when I came out. Tell Mike, get him to the side. Don't block our business. Things are really not going well. Mike nodded, dragged Jackson into the corner. Finally, a kind passerby called 120 for emergency assistance. Just sent him to the hospital. Jackson seems to be sick. Did not come to find me again. I originally thought he would give up, but suddenly, 2 strong men forcibly pulled me into the car. I felt both anxious and afraid. What are you going to do? Let me go. The 2 big men didn't say a word. I was forcibly taken to a villa, just walked in. They left. Jackson came down from upstairs. Emily, don't be afraid. I will not hurt you. I frowned and asked, Jackson, did you ask them to bring me here? It's me. Jackson had just finished speaking. I slapped him. You have a problem. I didn't expect him to be hit and not be angry at all. Instead, he smiled and said, Emily, does your hand hurt? Why don't you hit me again? As long as it makes you happy, that's all that matters. He also tried to grab my hand and make me hit his face. I quickly pulled my hand back, stepped back, as if afraid of him. I don't understand. Why did he become like this? Why is it that I am the only one you need? Is it simply because I no longer love him like I used to, seeing how resistant I am towards him? Jackson seems to be feeling unwell, quickly changed the topic. Emily, what do you think of this house? If you don't want to go back with me, then forget it. I can accompany you to start over here. This is our new home. Is he trying to trap me? I took a few deep breaths. Try to calm yourself down. The most important thing right now is to hurry and leave here, instead of getting entangled with him. I just don't like you. Wherever you are, I don't want to go there. Jackson, do you think that being nicer to me now can make up for the hurt you caused me before? Don't think about it. I will not forget those things. Even if you give me the stars in the sky, it would be useless. Every time I see you, I think of my parents' matters. There is also the suffering I endured in the psychiatric hospital. I really don't want to see you again. Having said this, I turned around and ran outside. Fortunately, Jackson did not come out after me. The two big men did not stop me either. In the following days, Jackson has not shown up every day. His subordinates send gifts to the hotel. I refused to accept. He insisted on giving it as a gift. All of his personal belongings were also transferred to my name. He thought that this would express his sincerity, prove that he loves me. But he didn't know. I don't care at all. I just hope he can completely disappear from my life. That night, work ended quite late. There aren't many people on the road. Because the restaurant is not far from the place I rented, I usually walk back. However, I feel a bit strange tonight. It seems like someone is following me. I initially thought I was thinking too much, but as I walked along, a figure suddenly appeared in front. Seeing Sophia in front of me, I was startled. We haven't seen each other for a few months. She looks like she has aged a lot. Full head of white hair. Seemed a bit out of control. If it weren't for growing up together since childhood, I can hardly recognize her now. She endured immense suffering in the mental hospital. Become very different. Sophia pointed at me. You as a person. Why not just die? Her eyes were filled with anger. Why were you born into a wealthy family? But I was abandoned by my parents. No one cares about me. It's all because of you, I said expressionlessly. I should have stopped my parents from bringing you back that year. People like you shouldn't enter my house. You shut up. Sophia was furious. Your family just likes to pretend to be good people, pretending to be like a saint. In fact, they look down on me. It's all false. I don't want to argue with her anymore. It doesn't mean anything. Those who do bad things will eventually face retribution. Heaven will give them the outcome they deserve. When I was about to leave, Sophia took out a sharp knife from her body. It pierced straight towards me. Emily, that is really detestable. At that critical moment, Jackson suddenly appeared, stand in front of me. Emily, note, the sharp blade stabbed into his belly. Blood flowed out. I saw Jackson blocking the attack for me. Sophia was momentarily stunned. Then they suddenly started laughing wildly. It was as if they couldn't believe everything they were seeing. You truly love her. Love to the point of being willing to sacrifice oneself for her. She pulled out the knife with force, gritting his teeth and speaking. Okay, I fulfill you after speaking. She stabbed a second time. This time it was a stab aimed at Jackson's heart. Then she threw away the knife. Turn and run. Jackson fell to the ground. Covered in blood, he asked weakly, Emily, are you hurt? I quietly watched him. No answer. Jackson didn't mind at all. She smiled gently and said, it's good that there are no injuries. That's good. His gaze was fixed on me. I know. No matter how many times I say I'm sorry or how many things I do, nothing can make up for the harm I once caused you. If time could be turned back, I definitely won't do that. However, I will still propose to you. Emily, I really wish I could go back to my childhood. At that time, we were carefree. Every day, I only think about where to go for fun. Knowing you and being with you is the happiest thing in my life. He coughed a few times. Continue speaking. I remember that you really liked swinging on the swing. Every time, you make me push you hard. This way. You can fly higher. You always smile especially happily. His gaze was fixed on me. The smile on her face seemed to be one of relief. I want to tell you. You will always be my wife. He is the person I love the most. He paused for a moment, asked with anticipation, Emily, can you forgive me? I still haven't answered him. Jackson did not pursue the matter further. He knows what I'm thinking in my heart. It's okay. Can leave in your arms. I am very satisfied. It is also very happy. He raised his hand. Want to touch my face. But before the hand could touch me, it fell heavily to the ground. I closed my eyes. If life could start over. I hope I don't encounter him. Jackson has passed away. Honestly, I don't have too many feelings about it. It may be because I have already let him go. Since I have already moved on from that period of distress, there is nothing worth remembering. I will not forgive him. No one is qualified to forgive my parents on my behalf. But I will try my best to let go of the pain. Live a good life. As for Sophia, I heard that he accidentally got hit by a car while trying to escape. No one dealt with her funeral arrangements, died right there on the street. Good deeds are rewarded. Evil will be punished. After that, I continued to focus on running the restaurant. Business is getting better and better. They also opened a branch store, hired more employees, helped many people find jobs, also took on more responsibilities. The day the branch opened, I watched the sun slowly rise. It feels full of hope. Farewell to the past. I believe a beautiful tomorrow is waiting for me.